Watch Dogs Legion, the sequel to Watch Dogs 2, released on October 29th, 2020, selling 1.9 million units in just 3 days after being released, and went on to selling more than 10 million units just by the end of 2020. As of August 2024, Steam reviews indicate Watch Dogs Legion is a complete failure versus Watch Dogs 2. So why is this the case? Why was Watch Dogs Legion a flop compared to the previous installments in the series? We're going to be going through all of the Watch Dogs high points and low points in this video. Watch Dogs 2's map size is 7.8 kilometers square, however boasts many different types of scenery, such as city skylines, mountainous areas and open green spaces, low and high density residential, while Watch Dogs Legion's map is only a fractionally larger, sitting at only 9 kilometers square, and is also only based on Greater London. Ubisoft still did a pretty good job making the map feel large, despite not having any significant size increase. They did this by filling up the map completely. I personally think that the map design is one of the areas where Watch Dogs Legion excelled. The map they created is a futuristic take on London, with plenty of cool tech everywhere, from hologram advertisements and logos everywhere you go, to auto-driving cars and drones left, right and centre. Watch Dogs Legion's mission gameplay is alright, however after my game time of only 38 hours so far, the game started to get a bit mundane. I felt like I wanted to only play the main storyline to finish it and find out what happens as soon as possible. Watch Dogs 2 even did better in this sense. There is more activities to do around the map, and weird side missions such as racing noodle e-carts. Despite these drawbacks, I did enjoy some aspects of the missions in Watch Dogs Legion. The ability to turn drones against its allies, and using a spider bot to take down opponents, or to scout out areas, really helped to get missions over the line. It was a really cool touch. Although I did feel like it was kind of cheating and kind of made things a little bit easier. The fact that there is 5 chapters, each having a main enemy and loads of missions to do for each chapter, was a very good way to progress through the story, as there wasn't one main objective. In ways, Watch Dogs Legion's physics could be considered an improvement from the previous game. However, after putting them side by side, they're almost the same, and as you can see, there is clearly not that much of a noticeable difference. Character movements are the same, as well as vehicle movements, which is honestly quite disappointing. There is one thing I do like though, the shooting and the melee takedown physics and action sequences. The main idea of Watch Dogs Legion is to be able to recruit anyone, like literally anyone. You can recruit anyone randomly from the street or one of the Albion personnel to join DedSec. And although it does allow to basically play as anyone, keeping in mind there is good characters with abilities to choose from, such as ex-police, spies, internet celebrities or barristers. It feels like you can just pick and choose who you want, and it doesn't really feel like there is one main protagonist. I don't know, I like the idea, but I definitely didn't form the bond with these characters like you would develop with Aiden Pearce or Marcus Holloway. Personally, I believe Watch Dogs Legion seemed like it did quite well at launch because of COVID. Everyone was sitting at home with nothing to do, hence why it sold 10 million copies in 2 months. Ubisoft hasn't actually released actual sales figures for the game, such as number of copies sold or revenue. Even though there is a mound of verified Watch Dogs Legion Instagram accounts which are legitimate, there has been no word on any new entry into this series. The audience of Watch Dogs basically indicates that Watch Dogs 2 was the superior game compared to Legion. Steam reviews showed that for Watch Dogs 2, out of 76,000 reviews, 63,000 are positive, while only 13,000 are negative. Whilst for Watch Dogs Legion, it only received in total 8,000 reviews for Steam. Out of those 8,000 reviews, 4,900 are positive and 3,600 are negative. As you can see from the Steam chart, the all-time high player count for Watch Dogs Legion was roughly 5k. Due to this being a third-party site, it's probably not going to be accurate, but we can clearly tell that the majority of players were on console. So why did Watch Dogs Legion fail? My opinion as to why Watch Dogs Legion failed is because the market is oversaturated and has extremely high expectations for games these days. Couple this with the graphical issues at launch, where all players experienced a drop in graphics once the game was released, bugs and glitches as per usual, a weird storyline, and lack of things to do around the map, I believe all contributed to Watch Dogs failing. 50% of players say it was good, whilst 50% didn't like it, which is totally understandable. So guys, look, I appreciate if you've made it this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching, and as per always, we will definitely catch you in the next one.